Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bello-Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bello-Braddock. And today, news at Aulani and Disneyland Park are all the rage.
Yep, more reopenings are happening, and this first one is something that a lot of people online have been asking about repeatedly for Disney Aulani because it really
it's
is
everyone's favorite part.
If you have not been to Aulani and this was not open when you went there and you're a family, you were really missing out, and it makes a big difference on your vacation. So what are we talking about?
Auntie's Beach House.
Auntie's Beach House is reopening.
Which I didn't realize was spelt with a Y.
Aunty, yes, on May 25th. Finally reopening to give the keiki, which is the Hawaiian word for kids, age 5 to 12, access to all the fun and adventure of this place. Now, there's some new things about it, but first of all, we'll let Amelia, as the kid on this show, or teen now, but an Auntie's Beach House fan from days gone by.
I am Auntie's Beach House #1 fan. I think it's the best thing to ever come to Aulani, and I think they need to add a teen division, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's interesting because they've added some other things. So if you don't know, Auntie's is not like necessarily the sort of daycare
no.
that they have at Walt Disney World resorts, for example.
This costs money.
Well, there's two sides to it, right? So let's talk about what it is. It's a special hale, or a house in Hawaiian, where kids visit Auntie. And Auntie in Hawaii is sort of the, you know, your aunt, that aunt that everyone loves. So they take uncle and auntie a lot of the things at Aulani. So the beach house, it is a Hawaiian kids club, more so than sort of a daycare. And the focus is on fun, of course. There are 6 rooms dedicated to different activities, from sort of a movie room to computer lab, arts and crafts, a studio, and a game room.
Literally, even they were making slime before it was cool.
Yeah, that was with Stitch, right?
Yeah, they were making like Stitch's Space Scoop in 2014.
So this is a place for Amelia where, you know, you might think, oh, your kid doesn't want to be dumped off.
Yes, they do.
She wanted to go there every single day.
The kid is lying if they say they don't like it.
They would spend the whole day there if they could. So it's a, supervised.
Do they do breakfast too?
I don't know if they serve breakfast.
Well, because I know they serve lunch and dinner, and they have activities in between. So you could just pay for lunch, dinner, and activities and just ship your kid off for the whole day.
It is a supervised. It's pretty good. They really keep track of the kids. I remember you coming home with a special wristband on top of the pool one that they do put for the kids to wear at Auntie's Beach House. So nobody's getting lost. And I'm wondering here, the way they've worded it. So here was the thing in the past. You used to have to, it was the only place at Aulani where you used to have to line up, like on a Disney vacation, at 8 in the morning to get your kid a spot at Auntie's Beach House.
Yeah.
I believe that is now changing. So they say you can reserve a spot for playtime, which is between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. daily for secured supervised programming. And during these hours, parents can choose 1.5 hours of playtime with the free activities on Uncle's side. See, Uncle gives the free stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 hours on Auntie's side for the premium activities, meaning the paid activities.
Which, I mean, I think they had a lot of both, if I remember. I mean, I know we mostly did the paid ones. But
no, you did both. You did both.
They did have decent free activities.
Complimentary activities are things like interactive games and arts and crafts based on whatever theme they have that day. Yeah. And the premium activities are things like Surf's Up, a surfing, fishing, and dancing party with Disney friends. So on the premium side is where they bring the characters in, right? You had Stitch, and then Goofy comes in for some things. Your kids will learn about the ocean. They can catch a wave on carpet surfboards with Max, so Goofy's son.
Yes.
And get the scoop on fishing Hawaii waters with Goofy. So the premium side sort of has the Disney characters, but the free side I think you enjoyed. You had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think they did a decent job of making certain things free because, now free is a rare luxury. So I do appreciate that there is a decent value in what they are offering for free.
And it does say now that reservations can be made up to 2 weeks in advance. We're going to put the number that you can call. So this is where I said, I think this is different. And I actually think this is a good idea. There's pros and cons. People will get there and say, oh, well, I didn't know, and it's all booked up. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but if it does take away that extreme line in the morning, getting out of bed to go line up at Auntie's, that would probably be a good thing.
Well, so then you'd have to get up every day for 2 weeks before your visit to book Auntie's Beach House?
Well, you're going to have to get up when you're there. So I'd rather do it ahead of time. Personally, it's sort of like the Fast Pass thing. Did you like it before when it was 60 days out, or do you like it now getting up every day on your vacation?
Okay,
Anyway,
okay,
we're going to have to see.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, we'll have
that
to
I don't
see
like
how
when
it
you
works.
present in arguments. So
Yeah, but there is one change, and we've sort of figured out what this is. So now they've said the whole family can get in on the fun with after-hours activities from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. when Auntie's Beach House turns into an evening entertainment venue. And it says families can choose from an assortment of complimentary and premium activities, so the same things applies, where you can play ukulele, get a lesson in drawing animation, or there's some photo ops with surfing scenes and other stuff like that.
yeah. So hearing this, I feel like these all just used to be part of community hall.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. So if you've been to Aulani in the past and all those activities we just rhymed off, for example, we did the drawing one, we did the ukulele. Those were at the community hall part, which is just down the path from Auntie's Beach House.
I mean, they were quite fun, but
yeah.
they were separate.
So I guess it makes sense now to use Auntie's Beach House at night and free up the community hall for other things. I guess that's what they're doing essentially.
So is there no like dinner at Auntie's Beach House anymore?
There was no dinner.
There was dinner.
There was there was little
dinner.
light snacks.
You could stay for lunch, you could stay for dinner, you could do stuff in between.
That's an interesting point as well. No mention of that, so we'll have to see if there is still some food snacks as part of all this. So lots of changes coming. But the biggest one of all is Auntie's Beach House is a critical part of an Aulani vacation for kids. They love it. It gives parents some time without the kids as well. It's just another great option to have. So having it been closed for so long through COVID was a real miss for people who visited.
Yeah.
So really good. So you would recommend it for kids?
I would definitely recommend Auntie's Beach House.
Yeah.
I think...
You want it to go every single day?
I think if you have the chance, you should. I think you should go every day.
Are you being facetious?
No.
No, it's not. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can also do like a half day or a few hours, which is what you did. You didn't spend 8 hours a day there.
I would have liked to, though.
You did you did.
I would have liked
want
to
go
though.
more. You did really love it.
But you were more of the, I paid $1,000 to go, or thousands of dollars to go to Hawaii. I'm not letting you spend all day inside.
No, I never said that. We had, did things we could like to do, walks down the beach coast and things like that.
You should probably spend one day on the island and then every other day at Auntie's.
So the moral of the story is kids will probably like Auntie's.
It's quite fun. It's really inclusive. I personally found that every kid was nice there. The staff was nice. I thought it was nice. I thought it was good.
So it's back again, May 25th. Head to our blog post.
Yes.
All right, moving on. We're going to hop on over to Disneyland Resort. Another opening, this time on May 28th.
Yes, The Lion King debuts. Tale of the Lion King.
This is a new one. So, Tale of the Lion King. It's got a new home in Fantasyland Theater, and it is a original story theater adaptation of The Lion King. So, it says an all-new presentation. I'm wondering how this is going to match up to Festival of the Lion King at Walt Disney World.
Disney's big fans of these recreations of the Lion King, and I'm really curious as to why.
People love the Lion King.
Who?
You don't love the Lion King?
Actually, the Lion King.
You don't like to watch it, I think, because it either scares you or makes you sad, as many Disney animations do.
It's both. I wouldn't watch past the hyena part until I was like 7, I think.
Well, in this one, at the heart of this production, there's a traveling troupe known as the Storytellers of Pride Lands, and they weave the tale of how Cub becomes a king through dialogue, song, dance, and percussion, which, what else would a Disney show be?
All right, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so it is going to be, again, May 28th, and also the Troubadour Tavern is opening on the same day, and it will have some items inspired by the show.
Yes.
So more fun things to eat themed at Disneyland.
Will they be at a markup?
Probably not. And more Disneyland coming back. Another big one that we love. Also on May 28th.
Fantasmic is now 30.
It's 30 years old. Can you believe it? And it's coming back on May 28th to Disneyland Park.
It's only 30 years old?
It's pretty old for a Disney show to keep going.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I thought it opened with Disneyland.
And no, it's not that old. And if you have not seen Fantasmic, it is a must-do. This is must-do Disney. And I think we would agree that...
Would we?
Well, I'm going to say we're going to agree that if you've seen the Walt Disney World version, the Disneyland version is better.
Yeah.
So I give Disneyland the check mark on Fantasmic.
Thought you were going to bring a different show into this, and I was just going to be like...
It's just a better setup. It's really fun. You know, at Disneyland, it's on the waters of the rivers of America, and Mickey Mouse dreams... So the story goes, Mickey Mouse dreams he's the sorcerer's apprentice, and he faces, of course, several villains and uses his power of imagination to save the day.
It just feels more immersive. I don't know why, because I feel like it's very similar.
Yeah, I love the way it's set up there. And it has, you know, Fantasia, of course, Jungle Book. They've changed it and added stories to it over the years, so it's not exactly the same as it was 30 years ago, which is good. So they've sort of brought it to life without changing the entire thing like a nighttime show.
And the locations are a bit different between the two worlds. So I think I like the one at Disneyland.
Yeah, so do I. It's just there is no special theater like there is at Disney World. It's sort of on the water, the rivers of America. And if you do a tour or something and you can get the special seating, it's a way better.
Yeah.
Obviously. Anytime you can get VIP seating or any kind of seating area, it's better. You don't have to rush.
It really makes a difference, especially because it's not like high in the sky. It is down in the water. It does make a difference.
So if you haven't done it and you're thinking about doing it.
We had good seating, didn't we?
Yeah, we had VIP seating the last time.
Yeah,
which
it was quite good.
You know, it's really good, obviously.
I enjoyed it.
And finally, the final story.
Disney Cruise Line, of course.
If you like swag and if you like special limited swag, you're going to love this.
Because the Disney Cruise Line...
Disney Wish.
...is now announcing inaugural merchandise.
Yeah, for the Disney Wish in particular, which is launching this summer. So they've started to tease.
Is it actually, though?
Yeah, it's going July, I think it was.
Are they sticking with that?
They are. And they've been teasing a preview of some of the merch you can take home. So are we going to see this on eBay if people don't get it?
Oh, almost definitely.
So this is the first release of the merchandise. We'll post a couple of pictures. There's a Dooney and Bork bag. There's some cool shirts. And they do say inaugural sailing. So I know people will like the stuff like that.
There's also a Pandora charm set, which features Rapunzel. That's the Wish's bow character. And then also Captain Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, so if you're into Pandora charms,
Can I get this set if I'm not sailing on the Disney Wish?
That's the thing, right?
Can I get this?
I don't think so. So they want to get you. And
I want this. These are my two favorite characters.
I like the t-shirt that says inaugural sailing. It's pretty cool. Even
I just want Minnie Mouse
and
Rapunzel.
We're not huge Disney Cruise Line people. There's also a new pair of Minnie Mouse ear headband to add to your collection, and a Loungefly backpack.
I do need a new Loungefly backpack.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Dooney and Bork bag. So all this cool stuff, we'll post a few pictures so you get an idea. If you are sailing the Disney Wish this summer, you're probably going to want to pick up some of this stuff. And if you're not, you're probably going to scout eBay to see if anybody's reselling it.
Does anyone know where I can buy the Pandora charm set? I want this.
We'll watch for it to see if they sneak into Disney World somewhere this summer.
Or the Character Warehouse.
Well, that won't be for a while.
That's true. Next year,
or
in 2023, we'll get the Disney Wish's inaugural 2022 merchandise.
Always worth checking the Character Warehouse. Yes. All right, everyone. That is the news for this week. You are all caught up on the latest Disney travel news. Thank you for joining us here at 1923 Main Street. As always, follow along at 1923 Main Street on social media, and we'll see you again next week. Have a magical day.
Bye-bye.